Good morning, everyone. Students, we are continuing with chapter number 1, Meaning and Objectives of Accounting. Yesterday, we have discussed the meaning of bookkeeping, accounting, and accountancy, and we have done their differences also. Okay. And today, we are going to start our next topic, that is accounting as a source of information. We know that accounting provides information to various groups which are connected to this business, right? So we have so many users, and we have already talked about it, like shareholders are there, means owners, investors, creditors are there, banks are there, government is there, debtors, creditors, employees. So many people are there who have interest in the business. Okay, so they want some kind of information from the business, and that can be provided from the accountings. Okay, from accounting information. All right. So different parties are interested in that. So these users can be divided in two parts. Okay, we can say these are the internal users or external user. Those who are inside the business, they are termed as internal user, and those who are outside of the business but they are interested in the business somehow, they are called external users. Fine, so let's talk about it. So parties interested in accounting information, we have internal users, and later on these are the external one. So in internal user, we have owners and management. Fine, owners are the shareholders or the people who have uh, you know invested their capital. If it is not a company, if it is a company, then they are the shareholder, and if it is not a company, they are investors. They have invested their capital in the business. So they want to know about their money, the worth of the business, the money which they have invested as a capital, how good is it doing, right? How fast it is earning, what is earning per share, okay, और what return they are getting on the capital, उनकी capital पे कितना उनको return मिल रहा है. Okay, so how efficiently the money is utilized by the business which they have invested. So owners contribute capital in the business, and as such want to know about the profitability and financial soundness of the business. They also want to know whether the profits are increasing or decreasing, what are the reasons for increase or decrease in the profit. So the detailed study. Okay, what is the value of fixed assets and floating assets of the business. All such information is provided by the accounting, right? So these were the interest of the owner. They want to know about their money which they have invested, how well it is doing. Next one is management. Students, management need accounting information for the efficient and smooth running of the business, because this is the management who has to manage on the daily basis. It has to take so many decisions on the daily basis. So I have already told you that decisions are taken on the basis of something, the basis of the financial records. Some data will be there, some informations, the proper information, and these financial information helps them to decide the thing, right? So further it is telling their needs are met by accounting information provided by published reports of the business enterprises, such as profit and loss, balance sheet, and cash flow statements. We analyze these accounting also. Okay, so they decide on the basis of all these instruments. However, most of the needs of management are met by unpublished internal reports, which are prepared most frequently to meet the specific requirement of the management. Such unpublished or internal reports provide information relating to the cost of product, speed of increase in the cost of production, profitability of each product, reasons for increasing and decreasing sales, so and so. Students, management, yesterday we have talked about the types of accounting also, and we have studied management accounting, cost accounting, financial accounting, right, and management accounting. So this management accounting is meant specially for the management purpose, which is used by the management, and management used for its decision making. So of course this is your trading, P&L, balance sheet comes in that, and later on we analyze the things like your cash flow statement is there, and fund flow statement, ratio analysis is there, comparative statements are there, right? So these kind of tools and techniques has been used by the management. So this requirement is fulfilled by the accounting only, accounting information. So these were the internal user. Now we are talking about the external user. External users are the people who are outside of the business. So they didn't make the separate point. I'm telling you students, like your government is there, okay, employees are there, and your bankers are there, financial institutions which provide you the finance, okay. So individuals or organization who have present or future interest in the business enterprise but are not part of the management are called external users of accounting information, right? If anybody want to buy the share, your prospective investors, right now they are not the investors but they are the outsider. If they plan to invest money somewhere, so accounting information help them. Accounting information tells them that how good your business is doing, how good it is performing, how nice returns it is providing, right? So they just decide either they should invest in your business or they should not invest, right? So they have no access to the internal or unpublished reports of the enterprise and hence make use of external or published reports such as P&L account, balance sheet and cash flow statement. The external users are potential investors, creditors, lenders, employees and government, etc. Right students? That's the same story. So they have the published account. Unpublished means internal user, they know the internal condition of the business, so they have the accounts in their hand, they can study it directly, right? Because they are internally of the business. But these are the people who don't have the access inside the business, so they believe on the published reports. Published reports means the reports which has been published by the business, okay. As if it is a company, they have to publish their financial statements, trading, P&L, net profit kitna hai, the assets and liability in the balance sheet, so they have to tell to the public and public believes those information, and on the basis of these information they decide certain things. All right, now some of the external users and their needs for information are given below. Well, they have given the name of the potential investors or the parties, right? Parties interested in the business and what kind of information they want. So I'm just reading one or two for you, and rest of the things you can go yourself. It is not difficult, right? That's the same things which we have explained. So it's talking about the potential investors, like for example, those who want to invest. I've told you here in this point, they are not the owner right now, because prospective investors, potential investors, they want to invest. Right now they are the outsiders, okay. So potential investors need information to judge how safe and rewarding the proposed investments will be. Means the amount which they are going to invest, how to what an extent that will be returning them. Means what rate of dividend they will be getting, and what will be the worth of their share, the value which they will invest. So they want to know about all these things. Further, it is telling short-term creditors, for example, suppliers of goods and services on credit basis. If somebody is supplying credit, providing goods on the credit basis to the firm, to the business, to the your industry, okay, to your company. So what kind of things they want? They want to know your financial position. What is your working capital? What is your liquidity? Are you solvency in the short time of the period? Means will they get the money for their goods which they have provided on the credit basis? Simply they want कि जो उन्होंने उधार बेचा है, will they get the money right in time? That's all. That is the interest. So they want information about the credit worthiness of the business enterprise. They want to know whether the amount owing to them will be repaid when due, and whether they should extend, maintain or restrict the credit of the enterprise. They simply want to know, will they get their money right in time, or later on they should restrict to provide the goods on the credit basis, okay. So that depends upon their financial position, and that they can come to know through the accounting information. I hope it is clear, students, who are the internal user, who are the external user, and for what they want that. So all these informations are given here in this table. You can go through. If we talk about the government, so one more segment, government and their agencies. Simply they want their taxes, okay. They want to see your accounting information. Either you have presented the things properly, some misappropriations are there, or the honestly you have maintained your accounts. So if the honest accounts are there, that means the fair taxes you are paying to the government. So government and their agencies need information to form policies relating to taxation, allocation of resources, and for providing subsidies, etc. All right. Students, our next topic is advantages or uses of accounting. Although till now we know that accounting is very useful for us and it is providing so many benefits to us, but let us see in a formal way what they are telling. Advantages or uses of accounting, you can say the benefits of accounting, merits of accounting, many definite headings can be there. Now the first benefit or advantage, you can say, helpful in management of business. Recently we have studied, right, in the previous point we have studied that the users of this accounting information, management is also one of the user. So this is one of the benefit to the management, then that they can come to know about the real informations, and these are the base of their decision making. So management needs a lot of information for the efficient running of the business. All such information is provided by the accounting, which helps the management in the following way. Okay, so it is elaborating the detail, they are telling how it is helpful to the management, in which context it is required. First one, helpful in planning. I've told you students, when management is planning for future, so some base should be there. So on the basis of those one, means accounting information provides you the base and we plan further for the future. So management would like to know whether the sales are increasing or decreasing, and also the speed of increasing in the cost of production. All such information is provided by the accounting, which helps the management in estimating the future sales and expenses. It also helps them to estimate the cash receipts, so and so. Students, you came to know from the accounting that either your sale is increasing or decreasing. So your production will be based on the sales, right? So many decisions are there which will be based on your accounting. So helpful to the management for planning. Next one is helpful in decision making. The same story. Well, if they want to decide something, they must refer the accounting of the business. Helpful in controlling. Management would like to see that the cost increased is reasonable and that no department is overspending. This is accounting provides information to the management in this regard. Students, helpful in controlling. See, accounting tells that how much expenses has been incurred in which field, right? If we find that our profits are decreasing, or we have the constant profit, these are not increasing in spite our sale has increased, right? Our sale has increased but your profits are not increasing, so where is the problem, where is the lacuna? So they just find out that, okay, and they can control that. So management has to see the detail. Management has to look into this accounting information in detail, and it finds out the expenses. So it requires the control over the excess expenditure if these are persisting, right? If there are some extra expenses, and that we can come to know through the accounting only. Your accounting tells, your trading and P&L account tells these are the extra expenses. So management come to know about all these extra expenses, or you can say the wastage, so it can control. So helpful in controlling. How management controls? On the basis of the information which is provided by the accounting. Next is provides complete and systematic record. That's very clear. Management, this is only accounting which provides complete and systematic record to the management and to the business, of course. So business transactions have grown in size and complexity, and it's not possible to remember each and every transaction. So accounting keeps a prompt and systematic record of all the transactions and summarizes them in order to provide a true picture of the activities of the entity. That we have done in the very beginning, students. There is a limit of the memory, and this accounting keeps the systematic record of the things, and there is a limit of the memory. So you have the records year after year, and there is no such problem. You can see the past records. Okay. Next we have next advantages, right students? Do you remember which topic we are doing? We are pursuing advantages or benefits of the accounting. Next we have information regarding profit or loss. Of course, Your accounting, this is only the accounting which provides you the information regarding profit and loss. How much gross profits are there, how much net profits are there. Gross profit we can find out from trading account, and net profit from profit and loss account. Next we have information regarding financial position. Students, financial position means how much assets and liabilities business is having on the particular date, and that we prepare on the last day of the year, that's 31st March every year. So financial statement, financial position can be depicted with the help of accounting information from the accounting only, okay, as we prepare trading P&L and then balance sheet. All right. Next is enables comparative study. Students, it is very important to compare your own performance with the previous year's performance, and to compare your performance with another companies which are in the same industry, in the same kind of business. Only then you can find out where you are standing, okay. Either you are progressing, you are constant, or you are dragging yourself back, okay. So comparative study, and in the comparison, in the comparative study, your accounting only helps you, because you have the previous records, you have the data of the previous year, and year after year you prepare your financial statements, and later on you will study in your next year we will study these comparative statement and common size statement. So there we compare the results, okay, with your business only, and you can compare with another business on with the another business of the same line also. Fine. So enables comparative study. Then you have helpful in assessment of tax liability. Well, students, you have to pay the tax, right? When you have income, we have the direct tax, we have indirect tax. So taxes are paid on the income, okay, on the income, that is income tax, and on your sales, that is GST. So your accounting helps you to find out the accurate tax liability, how much tax you has to pay, how much tax you have to pay. So that can be ascertained with the help of your accounting. Fine. Next is evidence in legal matter. Legal matter, some legal requirement arises and you have to prove something. So these are the written proof and supported by the documents, okay. So these documents can be presented as an evidence in the court if it is required. So this is possible because of your accounting. So it's telling properly maintained accounts supported by authenticated documents are accepted by the courts as a firm evidence. All right. Next is facilitate sale of business. Students, sometimes people, they want to sell their business due to so many reasons, okay. One can be insolvent, one is not having very good profits, one wants to change the line, one is not very comfortable in this. I mean, the different reasons can be there, but one has to decided to sell the business, okay. So at what value he is going to sell? It's not that it's your business and you decide that any of the amount you are estimating, I want 50 crores rupees, okay, I want 60 crore, 70 crore. It's not like that, okay, fine, it's your business, depends upon you, but a reasonable value will be there. That can be assessed with the help of your accounting. Your accounting tells how much assets are there, how much liabilities are there, and what is the trend of your profits, what kind of performance your business is giving year after year, okay. So if a business entity is being sold, the accounting information can be utilized to determine the proper purchase price. Next is helpful in raising loan. Students, if you want to have loan from the bank, so bank provides you the loan after assessing your financial position. What is your status, what is your financial position, how much, what is the worth of your business, आपके business की value कितनी है, या कितना profit आप earn कर रहे हैं, profit है तो कितना है, either there are the profits and losses, if profits are there then how much, okay. So the value of loan will be estimated on the basis of your business, and the value of the business can be assessed with the help of your accounting. So accounting information is of great help while raising loan from the banks or other financial institutions. Such institutions, before sanctioning loan, screen various financial statements of the firm, such as final accounts, fund flow statement, and cash flow. Then it is helpful in partnership accounts. Well, if it is a partnership, so how much profit they will be having and distributing, okay, and certain other matters are there in the partnership. So everything will be decided on the basis of accounting. Next year you have one complete book of the partnership. So accounting records provide all the information needed at the time of admission of a partner, retirement or death of a partner, and dissolution of the firm. Goodwill of the firm is also valued on the basis of accounting. So these all are the name of the chapters. If you are admitting a new partner in your business, then we have to do certain accounting treatment कि उनसे कितना हमें compensation लेना है, goodwill लेना है. So that goodwill will be estimated on the basis of your accounting, right? And if one is taking retirement, death of the partner is there, then how much compensation we have to pay, okay, how much goodwill, the share of goodwill we have to pay, all these things will be valued on the basis of your accounting. And sometimes you have to value the goodwill of the firm, right? The valuation of the goodwill also depends upon the accounting, because your profit and loss can be ascertained with the help of your financial statements, okay. Next we have helpful in prevention and detection of errors and fraud. We know that sometimes people, they just do the fraudulent activities, and they misappropriate the accounts, okay. So that misappropriation can also be ascertained with the help of your accounting information, right students? So here we have completed all the merits of this or advantages of the accounting. And there are the pros and cons of everything. When we have certain benefits, so we can have the drawbacks also. Now we are going to study about the drawbacks, means limitations of accounting. Limitations. First one, influenced by personal judgment. Students, these are not the automatic thing which can be done by the computers and all, okay. The people are there to judge the thing. So certain things you will study that these are manually done by the people. So what is their personal judgment? As we see that any issue goes to the court, so what will be the decision? That depends upon that particular person, depends upon the judge, how the person feels that, okay. What is his personal opinion about that, right? So certain things are there which are influenced by the personal judgment of the people. So if one is not having the soft corner regarding one particular thing, or regarding one particular person who is dealing with certain items, so there can be the different things. So some biasness can be there, okay. So here they have given one example. The same is true about method of valuation of stock and making provisions for the doubtful debts. Certain things you will find, like valuation of the stock. Sometimes we have to value the stock on the basis of its physical things and all. So the different people can value the stock in the different way. And provision for bad and doubtful debts. How much bad debts are going to be declared in the year? Some businesses, they declare that there should be, they want to prepare 2% provision for bad debts. Somewhere they decide 5%, somewhere they decide 7%. So that depends person to person, how do they take it. So certain things are there which are personalized. Next we have based on accounting concepts and conventions. So accounts are prepared on the basis of number of accounting concepts and conventions. Hence the profitability of the financial position discloses by it may not be realistic. For example, fixed assets are shown in the balance sheet according to its historical cost concept. This means that the fixed assets are shown at their cost and not at their market value. Students, certain concepts are there, concepts and conventions still we have to study in further chapters, okay. There you will find we have to follow these concepts and conventions strictly, and these concepts sometimes misguide us. As one historical concept is there, historical concept tells that when you purchase some fixed assets, so we have to enter in the books of account, of course, whatever we pay for purchasing that fixed assets, we have to enter that value. And suppose I have purchased a piece of land at 5 lakh rupees way years back, and today its value is 5 crore. So my book is showing continuously 5 lakh, and its market price is 5 crore. There is a vast difference between two values, but my balance sheet is showing 5 lakh rupees, which is not true, because today if I sell this piece of land, so I will recover around 5 crore rupees. All right. So this is one of the limitation, that your balance sheet doesn't disclose right things sometime. because this is based on concepts and conventions. Next one is incomplete information. Well, accounting statement provide only incomplete information because the actual profit or loss of a business can be known only when the business is closed down. Okay, so this is giving the information during a fixed interval of the time, that's 12 months kind of. So it is not giving you accurate profit. It's telling that a actual profit or loss of a business can be known only when the business is closed down, and that we don't expect, right? So meanwhile, the profits and losses which you are ascertaining, that is not very much actual, means incomplete information somehow. Next one is omission of qualitative information. Students, two things are there, quantitative and qualitative. So your accounting is giving the information regarding the quantitative. Quantitative is telling that this much profit is there. It is measuring everything in the quantity. This much number of items we have purchased, sold, production, so and so. Okay. Quality, that means it is not including the quality things in the financial statements. Quality means a very good manager. Let's take one example. Two managers are there. One manager is very good, having very, smart, intelligent, handle the things very carefully, and another manager is not good in his part. Okay, so when one firm has very good manager, he is dealing very nicely, and because of this good manager, profits of the firm is increasing, and another manager who is not dealing well, so the firm is not progressing and it is providing you continuous losses. Okay, so this thing is not mentioned financially in the books, right? We can't enter the managers in the books of account. Okay, and certain other things, suppose some problem arises, strikes are there, lockouts are there. Okay, so these strikes and lockout kind of things are not mentioned in your books of account, right? So these qualitative informations are missing from this your accounting information. Another example can be of your laborer. Well, if you have a very good laborer, skilled laborer, and very dedicated to the work, they are very hard workers, so definitely they give the good return to the firm. That's a positive sign for the business. But vice versa, if your laborers are very lazy and they don't turn right in time, okay, and they don't do the work properly, and they mishandle the raw material, wastage is more, so firm is not having good profit because of these things, and the cost of production increases. But these kind of things are not mentioned in the accounting information. Okay, so this is the limitation. Next one is based on historical cost. We have already discussed, students. Your accounting concepts tells that historical cost we have to take, means original cost at which you have purchased some articles, some items, some assets. Okay, and year after year you are just showing that cost only. Of course, we are reducing depreciation on those fixed assets. Okay, but the original value we are taking, and sometime in real life what happens, the value comes to a nil, and still the assets are existing in the real life and we are earning from those assets. Okay, so this is one of the limitation. Next one, affected by window dressing. Students, what is window dressing? Window dressing means you just do some changes according to your requirement. Okay, you just change the accounting information according to your own convenience and requirement. So window dressing refers to the practice of manipulating accounts so that the financial statements may disclose a more favorable position than the actual position. Okay, means if you want to show more expenses, you can show, instead of 5 employees you can show 8 employees. So you mention their salary and expenses has been increased, and because of that your profit reduces. Okay, तो आपका profit कम हो जाता है, आपको tax कम देना पड़ता है. So window dressings, manipulation in the accounts, you can do according to your own benefits and all. Next is your this is unsuitable for forecasting. Forecasting means estimating regarding the future. Okay, you predict something for the future is called forecasting. So this is unsuitable. Forecasting is done on the basis of the true facts and figures which you don't have. If our financial data are not accurate, we have done the manipulation and historical cost has been included, these are not the clear one. Okay, so we can't predict the right thing. Okay, So this is also one of the limitations. So here we have completed all the limitations. Now next is your qualitative characteristics. Qualitative characteristics tell the same thing which I have discussed in this point here regarding the quality. Your accountancy takes the quantity aspect, but qualitative aspect is missing. Okay, so qualitative characteristic attributes of the accounting information, these are what? First one is reliability. Reliability means how reliable the things are. The information which you have mentioned in your accounting, is that reliable? Reliable means can you believe on that? Okay, so it's telling accounting information must be reliable. Reliability implies that the information must be factual and verifiable. Factual and verifiable means based on the facts and it can be verified by somebody. How to verify? Well, you can check the authenticity of these entries. So you will be having the source document, means each and every transaction, student, these are supported by the documents. Whatever the journal entry you pass in your accounting, that must be supported by the vouchers. मीन्स रियल एक्चुअली आपने कोई ट्रांजेक्शन की है, उसके बेस पे ही आप उसको रिकॉर्ड करते हैं. So it's telling the accounting information is said to have verifiable if such information can be verified from source document such as cash memo, purchase invoice, sales invoice, correspondence agreement, property deed, so and so. Okay, so whatever you mention that I have purchased this much fixed assets, so your property deed should be there, right? Registration papers must be there. If you have purchased something, so your if it is on the cash basis, cash memo should be there. Okay, invoice should be there. If you have paid the salary, so salary slip should be there. So these are the source documents, right? So your accounting is reliable. Next one is relevance. Relevance tells this depicted by the financial statement must be relevant to the objectives of the enterprise. Means the objective of the business, it should be relevant to your objectives of the business से correlate होना चाहिए. Unnecessary and irrelevant information should not be included in the financial statement. To be relevant, information must be capable of making difference in decision. That is, it must help the management, investors, creditors and other users of the accounting information in making decision. For example, regarding the rate of dividend paid by a company is the in previous year is a relevant information. It's telling that depends upon the objective of the company, and irrelevant information should not be there in the accounting. The information should be relevant. Okay, as they have taken one example of the dividend, so it's telling it must be helpful to the investors, creditors and other users of the accounting information in making decision. Okay, like investors, those who want to invest in the business, they have interest in your accounting. They want to know that how much profits were given by the business, okay, and how much dividend has been declared, because they are going to invest, they have planned to invest in your business, so that's their right to see that. Okay, they want to see, so the information which is there, that must be relevant to the users of this. Okay, next is your understandability. Students, the information which is given in the accounting, right, financial accounting, that must be understandable by the people. It should be presented in such a simple way that each and everyone can understand. The parties who are interested in the information, in the financial information, they are interested in the financial information, that must be understood by them easily. Okay, so accounting information should be presented in such a simple and logical manner that they are understood easily by their users, such as investors, lenders, employees, etc. A person who doesn't have any knowledge of accounting terminology should also be able to understand them without much difficulty, right? So the information in accounting must be presented in a simple way. Next is your comparability. Comparability means it must be provided in such a way, if you are interested in comparing your data with your own firm, with the previous data of the past year, so easily you can do. And if you want to compare this with another business in the same line, so you can do that, right? So our accounting must be provided in that way. Next year you will watch that we have a balance sheet of the company or financial statements of the company. So that is always prepared in the comparative way, means previous year's data and present year's data we are taking side by side. Now faithful, well, this is very easy, you can go through, and the gist which I have told you, that is the base. Faithful presentation. Financial statements are required to show a true and fair view of the profitability, financial position and cash flow of the enterprise. Application of appropriate accounting standards normally results in financial statements. This is portraying true and fair view of information about an enterprise. In addition to the above, accounting information should also have the characteristics of timeliness, neutrality and completeness. It's telling that faithful presentation means the accounting information which you are presenting, that must be believed by everyone, that should be faithful, that should be true and fair to its users. Whoever are using, they should believe that it should be that much fair. Okay, so faithful presentation you must give without any biasness. And in addition, it's telling that timeliness, neutrality and completeness, the information, your accounting information should be complete in itself, and neutrality, it should not favor any one of that, means they should not represent it like it is favoring the investors, unke fayde ke liye hai, ya it is favoring some other kind of category. It should not be like that. It should be neutral, just fair information it must give. Timeliness means within no time you can access that, right? So students, these were the qualitative characteristics of accounting information. Next and last one is role of accounting. Which role is played by the accounting? So, well, what other kind of role? We have studied a lot about accounting, what other kind of roles it is playing. So, role of a language. Students, accounting is performing a role of a language, because it's a language, you know, it is telling the thing. It's not speaking like you and me, but the people who understands accounting, so it is working as a language. As you write the narration, after every journal entry you write a narration, so it's a language and you are telling that. If you have a knowledge of accounting and it is written somewhere that cash account debit to sales, so you can understand that you have sold something on the cash basis, you have sold your goods. If you have mentioned cash account debit to machinery, that means you know that if you have a knowledge of accounting, you know that you have sold the machinery and this cash is realized by the business. So isn't it a language? If you have a knowledge of accounting, so this works as a language. Next is role of historical records. Of course, this tells you about the history. So it is playing a role of historical record. Everything has been mentioned in the accounting. So what you have done in the past. Role of determining the net profit. Of course, it is playing a role of determinator of our net profit. This determines the net profit. You prepare trading and P&L, so this decides about the gross profit and this decides about the net profit also. Next role it is played by as a financial position. Of course, it is performing a role of the financial position. It is presenting the financial information with the help of balance sheet. Your balance sheet tells that these are your liabilities and these are your assets. Next role is of information system. Accounting is now regarded as an information system, because it's capable of providing the kind of information which managers and other interested parties require of taking appropriate decisions. We have discussed it 2-3 times, students. It's a source of information to the different users. Different group of users are there, internal and external sources are there. So it is providing a role of information system. It is providing information to the various groups. And last one is a role of service provider. Of course, it is providing a kind of service to the different group of the people and to the whole society. Accounting is regarded as a service activity because it provides quantitative financial information which is helpful to the users in different way. These users are using these accounting information in the different way, and this is provided by your, so these informations are provided by your accounting, right? So service provider, the person who is providing any kind of service is a service provider, right, students? So these were your role of accounting. Although all these points we have discussed somehow internally in this chapter. So here we have completed this chapter, students, first chapter. See, you may find it boring, but this is very, very important for understanding the basics of your accounting. Well, we have done the practicals, so I think it won't be as difficult as you felt it earlier. Okay, so if you start learning, so this you will find it very easy. Start taking interest. Okay, students, complete your homework on the daily basis, watch the videos on the daily basis. Okay, learn, go through, first watch the video, then go through this chapter, and then prepare your notes. Okay, and post it on the daily basis. All right, thank you.